Many might ask, if it's safe to let people out, why didn't we do this before?
I agree with you. Why didn't we do it before? I don't know. I mean, listen, this should be about the science, shouldn't it? I mean, we have a lot of, I think, conflict between political leaders and the scientists on what is an appropriate behavior. But presumably, the scientists have said this is fine as long as you test yourself. And I think that's important. For me, this is our kind of Dunkirk spirit moment. This is where the community should all come together. We should get the political leadership we need, where politicians walk the talk. We should all be coming together now, because this virus doesn't discriminate freedom-loving people from the rest of us. I mean, we are all together in this. And I think we have to just use good common sense. Employers have to think through, and do they really need people in just at the moment? And let's just kind of work together on this. I think we'll be able to find a solution to this. But I think it requires real leadership, which I think we haven't had, and particularly leadership that actually behaves, that they actually do what they say they want the rest of us to do. And I think we'll get through this. Remember, we have great scientists developing a multivariant vaccine now. We're going to get that soon. We're going to have to live with it like we do with the flu vaccine, from now on, probably, getting vaccines that will protect us. And I think we ought to follow the science, really listen to the scientists and what they say and what is useful at this point in time, given the variant that we're in the middle of.
Yeah, the trouble is, I've got a feeling of deja vu about all this, because this was said exactly this time last year, and the idea that we would have a second Christmas like this would have been abhorrent. We listened to the science then. We've had a year where vaccines came, and yet here we are. Nothing seems to be improving.
Yeah, but I think, Simon, the problem for me was I don't think that actually the political decisions that were reached did follow the science. And I think that's been the problem. We should have probably had more restrictions. I'm not saying a lockdown, by the way. I'm just saying more restrictions. Listen, my daughter just came in from LA with her partner. And he's a doctor, by the way, in LA. And they were appalled to see how few people were wearing masks. Because in LA, almost everybody wears masks everywhere in public spaces. We should have been doing that in September, October, November. We should just taking basic, the rest, all of us should have been doing that. And we should have had leadership that said that. And we should have been a bit cautious in public spaces, much more. I'm a football fan. I hope to be going on the 26th to see Manchester City play Leicester. Okay? I plan on doing that. But, again, the stadium should be COVID safe. They should have been like that for a long time, by the way. And that way we could have slowed down. This virus is going to be here with us, but it would have slowed it down a bit. And that would have been important. Really, it's not just saving the NHS, saving us. So, and therefore, let's slow it down a bit. But we should have been doing this ages ago, Simon. And the science, I think, if SAGE and the other scientists would have been free to say what they really felt, I think we would have had a different scenario leading up to Christmas. But I agree with you. I mean, I don't want to stop Christmas for the mental health of people, by the way. I think it's really important that we link in with our families, that we have this. But, we're now where we are. We can't go back to September, where we should have probably started being a bit more cautious than we have been.